Hey guys, it's Cam from the 60 Second Shirt, and today we're going to have a look at one of the distress shops. Now, this isn't one of the ones that is complete yet, so it's $3 on the site, but honestly, it's going to be free for a while because I want you guys to check this out while I build out the rest of the distress files in there. So when you open the file, this is what you're going to see. 3 basic steps to use the distress shop. Command click on the distress layer that you want, and you're going to see some dancing ants that'll tell you exactly what that's going to look like. Click on the art layer to activate it, and then click on the add layer mask button. It's really that simple. There's a little bit more you can do if you want to get a little bit more advanced, and when you have 10 different patterns, you can mix and match those into a huge number of different distress patterns. So the idea here is we're giving you something you can create with. So let's go ahead and have a look. Like any of our shops, go ahead and start in the layer comps and just pick a background that represents what you're trying. Let's go with the heathered gray for now. And this is just here so that you can see what your art's going to look like on something similar to the shirt. It's really not meant to be overboard, and it's not meant to be super realistic. It just gives you a good idea. So go back to your layers, and let's go ahead and just change the shirt color, just so you can see that. So instead of gray, let's go with black, and then let's go with blue. And this still has the texture on it, so if that texture is too much for you, we'll go back to gray for this. Go ahead and go to your shirt textures and dial down the opacity. Bring the opacity up if you want, add both, or just take it off altogether. It's totally up to you. I'm gonna go with this. All right, so let's go ahead and have a look at our art too. This is what we're gonna be using today. So this is a skull. It's not a particularly good one. It's one that was sort of halfway through the final process, but it's going to work for what we have today. And I'm going to command click on a couple of the different distress patterns just to see what they're going to look like with it and decide what's going to work for me. So I am going to have a look at peel number 2. And with that selected, I come down and make sure that my art layer is selected, and then I click on the layer mask tool. And what you're seeing right now is probably the opposite of what you want to see, and that's fine because it changes depending on what you work on. So just select that layer mask and do Command I, invert. And that's a pretty good distress mask, but let's say we wanted a little bit more. Like, that was cool, but we need more. So let's command click on peel 1, and you're going to see some other art coming on here. So let's go ahead and take that pattern that's right there and add it to this. So to do that, we know that black is what's blocking things out, and that's what we have selected right now. So make sure that you're active on your art layer and on the layer mask area, and then command delete to fill with that background color. I'm gonna hide this so we can see it a little bit better. Yeah, let's try that again with the stuff off so you can see what it added there. All right, so that was our invert right there. We command click, shows us the dancing ants. And then I'm going to hide those ants just so you can see what's happening as we actually do this. And now I'm going to do the command delete, or I'm going to fill with the background color, however you want to go about doing that. And there it is. So it even added to that. But let's say, wait, that's not quite enough distress for me. Mine needs to look super distressed. Go ahead and try the tiger stripes and add those. So now we have a distress that's kind of coming off the edge. It's not just a full overall one. Same thing, make sure that we're selected on our art layer and then the background. I'm going to hide it so you can see it, and then command delete to fill with the background color. And there it is. You've got a custom distress pattern that's all about you. Now, if you want to get a little bit more crazy, you can do a couple of things. You can make sure you're selected on the layer you want to affect, and you can go in and play with your levels. So with your levels, you're going to be able to take your darks down, which is going to thin it out. You can bring your whites up, which is going to make it a little thicker. And this works differently for every distress file, so you're going to want to play with it a little bit. But you can really dial in the stuff that you're trying to work on and get the pattern that's perfect for you. So you're not using the same distress pattern on everything you ever do. It's become a signature for some guys to do this, but for me, I like to be able to shake it up. I really think that the distress is a piece of the art, and it really makes things look good or not look good. So here's the last bit. Now that we got that distress on there, let's say that we like it, but we really don't like the way that this is kind of smudging out right there in that important detail, assuming it was. So unlink the mask from the art. Make sure that you're on the mask part of the layer, and then make sure that you're on your direct selection tool, and you can just drag that around now, and you can see what it looks like. Oops, hold on. Wait for it. I still have my selection going. Okay, here we go. And you can see how it moves it around. So the art's staying right where it is, but that big smudge that I was worried about is moving around right now. My machine's dogging a little bit. I got a few things going on, but I wanted to get this out there. I wanted you guys to be able to see it. And if you go to the 60 Second Shirt Shop right now, this one with the 3 layers in there, which is enough to get you through a ton of stuff, is going to be free for a while. I just want you to check it out, see if you love it. If you don't love it, then don't come back for the other ones. If you do love it, it's a pretty good deal, $10. That's $1 per pattern, and when you multiply that, it's thousands. It's astronomical. It's math. It's math I'm not going to do, but you're going to get a lot of options, and you're going to be able to make custom distress patterns in the 60 Second Shirt Shop. Stay awesome.